Welcome to the Addicted to DVC podcast, a deep dive into all things Disney Vacation Club. We share tips, tricks, and insider info, helping you make the most of your membership. Join us for the latest news, reviews, and interviews with DVC experts and enthusiasts. Whether you're a seasoned DVC member or considering your first contract, this podcast is for you. Now, here are your hosts, Mike Hurley and Gary Arruda.
Welcome to the Addicted to DVC podcast with Mike and Gary. This is episode 6, recorded in the DeFont Leroy recording studios in sunny Sarasota, Florida, and Cranston, Rhode Island. I'm your host, Mike in Florida, joined by my co-host and cousin, Gary, up in Rhode Island. Good evening, Gary.
What's going on?
How are you, sir?
I'm doing well.
Is Suzie joining us for yet another week?
Is this 6 or I thought it was episode 7. I could be wrong.
It could be episode 7.
I'm just going off the website.
Okay.
Oh boy, that's a problem.
What is this? My fourth?
Yeah, this is your fourth in a row.
Yeah, this is episode 7. The problem is last week's episode was titled Episode 6, Episode 5. So
okay.
There's a little bit of confusion going on.
So I've got to go on to Podbean and fix all that.
That's okay.
Got some clerical errors. It's okay.
We
don't have paid interns like we do on our WDW Beyond the Gates podcast. This is a brand new chapter in our lives, Pards.
This is a passion project.
That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. What's happening?
Not much.
No,
we've got. I played probably the worst round of golf I played 2 weeks ago,
and
then I played probably one of the better rounds of golf I've played yesterday.
That's good.
I made a quota point on one.
There you go.
I made a par on 2. I got on the bogey train on the front. I doubled 7, started getting concerned. And I bogeyed 8 and bogeyed 9. Some solid holes. Then we turned and bogeyed 10.
It's all right. We'll take bogeys all day.
Par 11.
I heard you have some big news to share with the group.
We do. What do you do? She's on Instagram.
Yeah, because I'm bored listening to your golf story.
She's on Instagram. This is ridiculous.
We already heard this story.
I have no, if you can see, but I have my Riviera shirt here, Pards.
Oh, okay.
We'll be closing on our second contract tomorrow.
Wow.
Yes.
That's big news.
It's fantastic. Aren't you excited for us?
You did a resale.
I did my first resale.
You got a deal.
Oh, I got a deal. I had been monitoring this contract for months. I mean, how many times you and I were talking about it often, weren't we?
Like you were afraid of like insulting the people at some point, right?
It was one of those. It was one of those deals. It was too good to be true. And then we're at our last day. I'm sitting at the boardwalk, and I go on to that trusty site that I go do the Google search, all DVC contracts. That thing says visits often. Click that bad boy. Let's see if that thing's still available. Oh, it's available. And they dropped it another $5.
Motivated sellers, you would say.
Those are called motivated sellers. Did you're part of the show. Did you just keep staring at me? These microphones.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Okay.
Would you like to tell everyone how you presented this steal of a deal to me?
Well, I think I brought it up in the pool, correct?
At the boardwalk?
No. Come back home.
He had already had an accepted offer when he told me about it.
Yeah,
I mean, you haven't paid the deposit at that point, at least.
Well, the escrow had to go the next day, so
yeah, so you have to bring the issue.
He presents it pretty much as a fait accompli, like, oh, by the way, how do you feel about getting another contract? Because I already signed us up for one.
Is that a problem?
I would have.
No, I'm asking my cousin.
I think I'll abstain. I'm going to exercise my my Fifth Amendment right not to incriminate myself in this line of questioning.
Let's put it this way. So I'm presenting it to you. You and I are living together. We're roommates.
Sure.
We're in the pool. We got golf on. And I say, hey, buddy, I just got us a second contract. Got 150 points at Riviera. Your question is, how much was it? And then
Yeah,
when I
that-
tell you the price per point, you're going to be high-fiving me. Say, LFG.
That's a
Wait a
good
second.
point.
In this scenario, if you guys are just roommates, then he's not financially on the hook for any of this.
Well, yeah, that's why I'd be high-fiving him. Good job, bud. Let's book a room.
So
Now-
would you like to know the price per point?
I have a question before you reveal
Yes.
that.
Who's the
said that-
question for?
You said they dropped it's for you, Michael.
Yeah. Okay.
You said they dropped it. Did you then offer under what they dropped it?
No.
Oh, you went at asking at that point.
Yes.
You probably could have got it for even like $10 less a point.
No, because it jumped up to the 5 stars on that site.
Oh, so you think it would have been a hot commodity at that point?
Hot commodity, yeah.
Yeah.
And there were multiple people jumping on that after.
There were a few of those in my dealings as well, it sounded like, because I was emailing a few resale agents about some contracts that we'll talk about in a future episode. But
when you look at things, Gary, and you're serious about making an offer, do you discuss this with your wife?
I give a heads up ahead of time, like, hey, just so you know, what's our budget on this? Like, if we,
I
if
think
we
I
do
gave
this,
I think I gave a heads up. I think I said, would you rather stay at Riviera or Boardwalk? That's kind of a heads up, don't you think?
is that how that works?
It's like me saying, do you want steak or fish for dinner tonight?
And then investing in a farm.
Right. By the way, I just bought 7 head of cattle.
I mean, I kind of see both points now.
Well, what'd you pay per point, Pards?
I paid $110 a point.
That's crazy low.
Isn't that low?
I mean, obviously with Riviera, there are the resale restrictions, meaning you can only stay at Riviera.
That is correct.
For now, that could always change.
That could always change.
I don't know if it will, but it could.
But we're fine if it doesn't.
Yep,
Well, you love Riviera.
Correct.
that is correct.
I was more talking to Suzie. I know you.
Oh,
like
I'm
it as
sorry.
well,
You want me to
but-
just mute my mic now?
No, I'm just saying Suzie is particularly enamored with the Riviera Resort. I feel like from what I've heard.
Yeah, and like we were talking about it today, we have a monorail loop contract, and now we have an Epcot contract.
Diversification. She totally gets this product.
Yeah, now you need just an Animal Kingdom area contract.
And then
California
a West
contract.
Coast contract. Yeah.
Now, you know, the only thing I think
Disney
I would
Springs.
entertain at this point is Grand Cal.
I mean, you do need sleeping around points too.
You
don't.
do. Yeah,
We-
you
we
do.
not.
Yeah, you
No,
do.
we don't.
But you heard it first. This is going to be on Podbean and everywhere
Yes.
else where you can listen to podcasts. She okayed the Grand Cal, so when I buy 200 points
I said
next
the
week,
only thing I would consider.
Next week.
$6,000 later. No, 50 points
How
is not
many
enough.
times my signature has been forged?
Oh, I don't do that. I don't want to serve time. I've
all
got a
e-sign.
lot of trips and 1 bedrooms to go on. I can't be going to the Fed. I do
That's
that
true.
white collar place where I'm just like hanging out with a bunch of CPAs and I can't go to my Disney
I'm
Vacation
gonna
Club.
start booking
Ain't
stuff with
happening.
I'm going to give points to my family. You're going to be losing your
Oh,
mind.
that I'll be losing my mind.
What is this 2-bedroom for 3 days? What are we seeing
Yeah.
here?
Feed them too.
110 a point, 150 points, right?
Yep.
Now when that resort went online in 2019, end of 2019, right? You could start buying points.
I want to say September because I think it opened right after Christmas
Yeah.
or right around Christmas in December. Yeah.
They were over 200 a point, right?
I mean, when we were looking at them, even with incentives, they were like in the 195s, and that was in 2021, I believe.
21, 22, yeah.
'Cause they were the same price.
Same as the Grand Floridian. Yep.
Oh, right, because you guys were kind of picking between the two.
Right.
Because
We're back and forth.
You ultimately picked Grand Floridian because of the resale restrictions, even
Correct.
though you never really planned to sell it necessarily.
Yeah, you never, but you're gonna sell it eventually. You're gonna sell it,
or pass
or
it on to
goes-
someone.
You
or-
pass it on to
yeah.
somebody, right?
So, I get your point. Well, that's exciting news, though. I mean, that's another big chunk. Now you just doubled your points.
Yep.
We staying at the Riviera an awful lot. It sounds like.
Couple, probably 4 or 5 times a year,
That's nice, though. And you said you're gonna.
times a year.
4 or 5 nights rather.
doing more of the 1 bedrooms. You're not looking to do tower
No,
studios
maybe
for
some
like
tower
10 nights.
studios. I mean, there's not many acts coming to Food and Wine, Garden Rock, so
That's true.
I don't.
So are you considering these like your sleeping around points now because you can only use them at Riviera? Is this like your...
Nah, this is going to be like the going into slow time, like in the May when
Gotcha.
there's nobody there.
Gotcha. You
need a
can't beat the
spa.
Skyliner access. That's nice. That's
Yeah,
a
they
nice
do
thing.
need a they do need a spa. That's a whole different topic.
True.
Yeah, there's none. I mean, just only Grand Floridian right now, right?
Yeah.
But
And I think Swalfin has, from what
I
you
was-
said, is a
Right.
really
Yeah.
nice one.
It
Well,
is.
that's not too bad. You're only a Skyliner
That's true.
away.
You're a Skyliner away.
Right, but it's very expensive.
Oh.
Yeah, but with all the money we're going to be saving in these 2 bedrooms by cooking.
This sounds like girl math. I
But
like
yeah,
it.
girl math. Oh, the girl math works really well when it comes to DVC contracts.
When you're convenient, when it's convenient, girl math is the
Girl
best.
math works.
Yeah.
Our Excel spreadsheets. We've got the Angry New Phil Jr. calculator. Have you gotten that one yet?
No, did he send it over?
Yeah, he sent it over as a there's like a housewarming gift, welcome home gift.
The spreadsheet. Yeah.
Oh,
the
the thing's
calculator.
beautiful. Everything works out.
It's perfect.
It's like the Pete Werner calculator. It's fantastic.
Oh, I don't want to use his calculator.
That's true. We don't
Pete
we
Werner.
don't need Amex knocking on our door.
No, that's not good.
Do you know your cousin Mike opened up a Amex credit card in the WDW Beyond the Gates podcast
No,
to
boy.
the tune of $1 million, and you're on the hook for half of it?
I wouldn't appreciate that. Well, congratulations are in order.
you.
That's exciting.
Thanks.
And hopefully we'll have some news from you here shortly.
We'll see. I haven't heard.
What day are you on?
I'm like 2 days behind you.
That's true.
If the reset is legit.
This is why you guys can't hang out.
We
Egg
don't
each
we
other
don't
on
we
in
don't
a
hang out.
beach club pool.
I was already looking before the trip though.
I know.
So was I.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Which one is it?
it's you want the quadruple one?
That website is dangerous though.
It's a bad website.
Because
in
I
a
still
good
get
way.
email. I have the alerts, so I get emails like every day.
It's awful.
It's bad news in the best way. But I guess we should get
Ask me
to
a question but right before we jump into topics. She asked me a question the other night. Who's worse, me or you?
at what? Just in
This
general?
DVC thing. Yeah, DVC.
Oh, you are.
It's hands down, aren't I?
Yeah, it's not
I'm
even
terrible.
really close.
Because
Because-
I'm an addict, and then I'm trying to get you to be worse than you are. Like, I almost want you to get divorced over this thing.
Yeah, but initially you wanted
It
me to
is
not.
rude, but I'm just saying, I'm always, what? No, don't stop at 100 parts. Get her up.
Well, it's always more fun when you spend somebody else's money.
That's
Well, that's
very true. But he also was rooting against me in my first contract. He was hoping right of first refusal took it back.
That's awful.
That's terrible. It's so bad.
I don't know why you talk to him.
It is. It really is bad.
It wasn't. He kept saying, "I hope they buy it back."
Isn't that mean?
What's wrong with
I'm
you?
a miserable person.
There was no need for that.
I don't know. I'm a miserable person.
By the way, I need you to sign this contract.
Yeah. Yeah, I told Sarah, check your email. You might have some documents to sign.
You know what? This is how I'm gonna present like my family's visits to you from now
Oh
on.
yeah, all those visits that they make. They just line it up at
Now,
SRQ.
would you rather have my mom come tomorrow or Saturday?
Mike, check your email. You got a plane ticket to TF Green booked in your name. Oh no. For December 14th. Oh no. Would
Do we wanna
would
get
you
into
spend No, I have one more
Do we want to
question.
get into our topic, or are we gonna?
I have one more question for you.
Yep.
Would you spend the next 3 Christmases in Warwick, Rhode Island for a 100-point Grand Cal contract?
Ooh, that's a
The
good one.
next 3?
Next 3, yeah.
No.
No, man.
No.
Wow. You have your limits. Huh? That's good to know what your limits are.
Absolutely not. No
But
way.
we're negotiating now. We're negotiating. So now we're saying like Maybe
now
2 in Thanksgiving. We're talking here. There's moving parts.
Kurt asked me at lunch at the golf course if we were talking about Minnesota. He said, if you had to choose just to visit one place, where would you rather go, Rhode Island or Minnesota? I'm like, I tell Kristen all the time, I'd rather go to Minnesota. I've got the itch to go to Minnesota. I want to go play the town course. I want to bring Rhodey up there, do some walks where we used to take Fenway. I mean,
Enjoy.
Yeah, but not in December. You don't want to go up there.
absolutely not. No, I want to go in the summer, but I'd rather go there in the summer than Rhode Island in the summer. I think I'd actually, we'll end it here. I think I'd rather go to Minnesota in the winter than Rhode Island in the summer.
That's not true. In the summer. That can't be true. You came to Rhode Island in February to go to a basketball game.
And I was scarred. How miserable was I?
You were not.
It was awful. We're eating at Greg's. It's 4:35. It's pitch dark. Oh, I was talking about it the other day.
But imagine going to Minnesota at that time of year.
Yeah, it's
100 times worse.
There
was no snow at least.
It's gray in Rhode Island all the time. We're at the bus stop with your kids. It's gray. It's raw. It's miserable.
Oh, because Minnesota would have been much better?
It wouldn't be much better. I said if I had to pick.
I'm just saying that crunch would have brought you like heart palpitations.
It probably would. I'm sure it would.
Snow,
yes.
Like with the tires, the sound of the tires on the packed snow.
I'm well aware of it. I know
that's a bad sound.
That's a terrible sound.
You have to do is get the garage door to bounce up and down and he'll lose his mind.
Too cold for the opener to work.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the last part of your DVC cruise here. Let's get into it.
All right.
So you did all your excursions. You're heading back at sea to Barcelona. That's where you started from.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. We're leaving Sicily and we're heading over to Barcelona.
So this was your last night on the ship.
Yep. The last full day. That is correct.
And you guys, I don't want to skip ahead, but you also had a special.
We did
dinner for this night. You did
That's
one of
right,
the upgraded dinner packages. So what did you do throughout the day before all that?
We got breakfast at Cabanas.
I believe I brought you breakfast.
Okay, she brought me breakfast again. I had
that
room
seems
service.
to be a theme, yeah.
Yeah, had Cabanas brought back to the room.
I don't really remember what we did.
We got a massage.
No, I know, but what did we do before that? Because
Not much.
Too.
I think I walked around and did my vlogging. You did all the packing.
Oh, that's right.
And I went out to leave you alone, so I went out and I did all my vlogging. And she packed everything up because we had all these gifts and bags and backpacks and pictures and trying to figure out how the heck we're going to get this home.
Oh, yeah, there you go. And you got to be off pretty early, right? In the morning, you don't fart around on the ship very long.
Don't, but they're not terrible. They pick your bags up.
But they want your bags out by 8.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, and I think they extend. Did they extend us?
I asked if we could get an extension because we had a special dinner.
Oh, 8 at night they want your bags the night before?
Yeah.
Because if you don't get them out, you have to carry your bags off the ship in the morning.
Oh, okay. So you just have like your backpacks basically at that point.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we got an extension until 10.
10.
Which was good.
That's helpful.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's also stressful. Like you feel you're packing everything up and you still have like 12 hours left on the.
Yeah, because now you basically, you're going to if you're going to take a shower and put new clothes on, now you need those, or you're going to wear the clothes that you went to bed in. Like,
right. You got to pack your dirty clothes in your backpack if you take a shower in the morning. Yeah. But.
So yeah, I think we kind of hung out.
Yeah.
Did we get lunch?
Yeah, we ate at Cabanas. We did the buffet.
Okay. And then at 2:00, we had our spa extravaganza scheduled.
Okay, let's hear more about this.
So the spa has what they call a couples villa.
Ooh.
And if you book it, it's a 120-minute appointment. And you go in, it's a large area, actually. So there's a big couples massage room, there's a huge shower, and then there's a private veranda with a hot tub and some lounge chairs.
So that's where we started. They started us. We have to fill out paperwork and all that. And the girls came in and talked to us. And
what kind of massage do you want?
Yeah. I just explained to her that I don't like it like super hard. I like it a little lighter, and I have sensitive feet, blah, blah, blah. You go over all that. And then what? They went in a hot tub for like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah. Did we start in the hot tub or did they do the foot thing?
No, we did the hot tub first.
Okay.
And then we sat and then they did the feet, exfoliating your feet?
Exfoliating, yes.
Is that what it's called? This is all new
like
lingo for me.
Foot scrub. So after we did like 15 minutes in the hot tub, they had like a pitcher of water and glasses for us. And you're looking out at the ocean. So it's absolutely beautiful. And then we got out and they had like scented water. They did like this foot exfoliation experience, which was really nice, especially after being
walking
on our feet
10 miles a
4
day
days.
in Italy every day.
And then they brought us back into the room and we did our massages. And the funniest of the massage was fantastic. But the funny part was at the end, because I'd never had a couples massage before. The woman's like taking my hand and she's like moving my arm. And I'm like, what is she doing? She's trying to get me to hold Mike's hand. I was like, this is kind of weird, but it was nice. And then after that, they brought us back out to the lounger outside and we had like a tea ceremony.
No, that's nice.
And then sat in the lounges. It was nice. That was my first massage ever and I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Every aspect of it?
Yeah, every aspect, yes.
Even the foot exfoliation?
Yeah, the foot was fine. Massage the foot, that was good. The calves, just everything. And then like does the head, which I didn't think I would like, but that like a little scalp massage. I mean,
oh, that's what I would be looking forward to. I'd fall asleep during that.
Yeah, there were times where I was ready to go. I was so relaxed, and like when I got up and like sat in the lounge and had tea, I was like, my whole body just felt like almost numb.
Well, you even said you had like a spot that's been sore from golf for years that she managed to.
Yeah, you know, like that little lower right muscle in your back.
Yeah.
That when you play golf the next day, it just doesn't hurt, but it's just you can feel it a little bit.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and like she got that out. I mean, it was awesome.
So now that's why you need to stay when you're at the Grand Floridian. Now you might want to do a couples massage instead of just Suzie having a spot.
Yeah, and once again, you can also look at getting a cabana for the day because the money that we're going to save in that one bedroom by cooking. Not that I'm doing mac and cheese. I'm probably going to do $30 steaks.
Still cheaper than
going to Cali Grill.
$60 steak.
Yes.
Yeah.
That Angry New Phil Jr. calculator has all that.
Wow.
$19.95. You can get it through a website.
The calculator.
Angry New Phil Jr.
No matter what you put in, it comes out to zero at the end.
It does. It's annual dues at Vero Beach, non-existent at the Angry New Phil Jr. calculator.
Divide by 4, multiply by 0, and you're perfect. So what was the extra on the massage? I'm sure it wasn't cheap.
What was it, like 7 change with the tips?
It was expensive.
Wow, that's a lot.
It was a lot of money, but it's an experience that I've never seen anywhere else.
I mean, 2 hours from start to finish, or 2-hour massage, and everything else was
2 hours from start to finish.
Yeah.
Still though, I mean, you usually don't get like a 60-minute massage is usually long.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I'm a 2-hour massage kind of girl, but.
Oh, really? That's common to get a 2-hour, like the full time being massaged for 2 hours?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that.
Have you ever gotten one?
No.
Is this something that you would consider?
Not for $700.
No.
Not for $700. I will say that.
No, but I feel like if we did one, like at a place around here, we could probably do it for $250.
A couple.
Yeah, absolutely. That. Yeah, we could have done it a heck of a lot cheaper on DCL.
We could have just done the massage and not done the whole like experience.
That's true. Yeah. No, I would do it. I would definitely. I'm not against it. I would do a massage, but just the pricing of it. I don't know. It's something that you haven't done and it's that expensive. It's like it's hard to bite the bullet.
I mean, it could be something that I bring up the next time the two of us are in the pool after I buy my 3rd contract. Oh, by the way, Gary, this upcoming cruise that we're going on, I got a couple massages.
We're booked on a couples massage. That's going to be awkward when they have
hey, leave us alone, okay?
Yeah.
We're very close.
Pushing our hands together at the end.
She's like ringing the bell. She had them like in her fans too. Ding, ding, ding. Oh wow, that's a little strange.
But we went back and forth about it just because it was so expensive. But because it was kind of a combined like 50th birthday, 15th anniversary kind of trip, like when are we going to do this again?
Probably a once in a lifetime kind of experience.
Right. And we, if he hated it, obviously it would have been one and done. But
right.
I didn't think I was going to hate it. I just was concerned that I wasn't going to like it. But like it would be like going to V&A and just hating the entire experience. It would be so disappointing.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Like if I was going to drop $700 on experience, I'd rather do Victoria and Albert's.
Yeah. I would too. Yeah.
We did that too. So.
But like you say, and I mean, even at Grand Floridian, I can't imagine the couple's massage is probably not $700.
No, because when we went a year ago, you got one, and what was it, 150, 200?
Yeah, I think it was 200.
So even if you did two of those,
two individuals,
that was a 50-minute. So
yeah,
but it was great. It was a really cool thing to do.
Nice.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Glad you did it on like the last day too. After,
and that's what our thought process was, because we were just going to be. You don't want to do it on the first day at sea. Like we might as well go, and we've just got shin splints and calluses on our heels, and
right. No kidding. Now here's a question: on the next cruise, if you could only do one, would you do that package that you did, like the I forget what it was even called, the rainforest package or whatever? Or a couples massage, if you're only going to pick one.
I'd do the rainforest.
I would too, and the rainforest is so much cheaper, so it's not an apples to apples. But
even if they were this, like you'd like having the overall like the access to that every day as opposed.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I think I'll do that on every cruise moving forward, because that wasn't. It was just like a thing to do. It was like going to the movies. Like why some people were going to a theater, we were going there, and it was so relaxing, and we just sit there and read and both fall asleep at times, and they had, water in the next room. We just fill up our tumblers and just sit there and read and take a nap and drink water. It's a no-brainer for what the charge was. I mean, Disney's so expensive with pretty much everything they do. I almost thought it was a steal.
$150?
It's like $150 a person for like 7 days.
That's
or 8 days, 7 nights. I mean,
especially on a long cruise. Cause I imagine it's probably the same price even on a 3-day cruise.
No, it's cheaper on the 3 days.
Prorated,
yeah.
But we did actually go in and use that after the couple's villa because it was our last day on the ship.
Yeah, that makes sense. Might as well. Did you use that basically every day?
We did. We used it every single day. Yeah,
nice.
We did.
Nice. That's well worth it then.
Yeah. And and some days it was just like half an hour, and some days it was an hour and a half. So
yeah, I think the day that we said the heck with dinner because we didn't want to go up and shower because we were tired from whatever it was Rome or whatever.
Asleep.
Yeah. And I'm just like, I'm not going to wake her up, and we'll just watch the sunset, have a beer, and get the quick serve.
Yeah, there you go. What, speaking of food, this was your big, upgraded. This was an expensive day. Couples massage.
Yeah, it was. It was an expensive day. You did not like looking at the folio. Like it was nice to have bad internet access because when you were in a hot spot and that folio started to download,
So you're seeing 4 digits. Oh, is this going to get to 5 digits?
It was so bad because all your excursions.
Oh, those weren't even prepaid. Those are all folio charges.
No. That's
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of beers with hippie guy adding up on there.
You see the hippie guy bar bills? Yep.
Yeah.
I had that many that night.
You bought a round for the bar. Put it on my tab.
But yeah, so this was our Palo dinner night. So after our massages and heated loungers, we went back and showered and got ready to go to dinner.
Nice.
And what did we have? An 8:00 reservation, but we decided we were going to go up and see if we could get in a little earlier. So I think we went up around 7:30, 7:45.
Yeah.
So because this isn't rotational, they actually have like more reservation times there.
Correct. Yeah.
It's just like a regular seating restaurant. Okay.
Yeah. It goes up to like your typical Nakusi's, like a 9:30, 9:45 is maybe their last seating.
Okay.
But
How
they
was
were
the
able to
experience?
seat us right away, which was great.
Nice.
And it was a freaking fantastic meal.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, it was good.
It was ridiculous.
How was the like ambiance? What was the restaurant like itself?
It's gorgeous. It's in the back of the ship, right?
It's in the front of the
It's in the front. All right. So it's either in the back or it's in the
On
front.
one
So it's in
end.
the front of the ship. And it's just all windows. It's just all windows and you're looking at the sea.
Nice.
I don't think it was like over the top fancy. Did you?
No, it was comfortable.
It was like a kind of a Cali grill,
Yeah.
wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
So it was upscale, but not like stuffy upscale.
Yeah, correct.
Gotcha. And it was
We
French
had
food,
a table right by the window.
or is that
Server was
Italian? Or
amazing.
French?
I'm sorry.
Is it Italian or French food there?
Yeah, it's the Italian. Yep.
Italian. Okay.
Remy's the French.
Oh, right. Yep. Okay.
I'm trying to remember. I don't even remember what we had, which is terrible.
Now,
Oh.
this was
Incredible.
an upcharge experience. So do you pay
No, we basically paid like $100.
and then you can get whatever you want?
Yeah, because they have like an a la carte, and then they
Okay.
had like a prefix.
Right.
Because like when I looked at the folio, it wasn't that bad. I think it's like $50 a person. Because I think it was like $100 plus you got a glass of wine. So it's
Right.
all said and done, maybe $150 upcharge. But this restaurant is higher than a Nakusi's and a Cali Grill, wouldn't you say?
I didn't get a glass of wine. I got a cocktail.
Okay.
So it was like a step up from a signature at Disney World, but
Rhodes. Wow.
but a step down from like Victoria and Albert. So in between those two.
It was kind of like a Napa.
Oh,
Napa
Napa Rose.
Napa Rose. Did we agree that it was better?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So Napa Rose is a tad bit higher end than your signatures in Orlando, if
Okay.
you will. And
It's
this
like a V&A light.
V&A
Gotcha.
very light. I mean, it's very simple food. Like your dad would love it. Like it's not fancy. I mean, it's you get a chicken palm if you want. I mean, it's got very simple food. It's just amazing.
But the
Just
service
so good.
is
I mean, the service is
to die for.
over the top. Over the top.
yeah.
I mean, what did we get? We got the mozzarella tomato. We started with that.
The caprese.
We got the caprese.
Nice.
I think I got the braised short rib.
Is that what you got?
I believe I got the braised short rib. Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah.
I feel like I must have had pasta,
You did.
but I don't remember what it was. Is that terrible?
Yeah,
Like
it's
a
pretty
seafood
bad.
pasta or something.
Yeah, probably.
So again, that's
Something with
another.
butternut squash. I think I had something with butternut squash.
You may have. Yeah, you certainly may have. We got a charcuterie. I'm looking at the pictures right now. We got a charcuterie. It had cheese and
Yep.
So this sounds like something you would do on subsequent cruises. Is try to get
no
like,
doubt about it. I've heard that the
upgraded, yeah.
brunch is really to die for.
Okay.
But I certainly and we couldn't get a brunch. That's just how popular it was. But I certainly
okay.
wasn't disappointed
In the
going there
dinner,
for
yeah.
dinner.
Now you liked it so much. Would you try to do Would you try to do Remy's next time? Or
Yeah, we really want to do Remy.
Yeah.
Talking to our cruise expert Zach, he said that Remy's just not his deal, but he loves Palo.
Okay.
Remy looks like a very high end French restaurant.
And that's even more of an upcharge, right?
I think
than
it's a little bit
Palo?
more. Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
I'm still a little confused though. So it's an upcharge, and then you could just order off the menu, whatever, or
Yeah. So
okay.
no. So you're not doing the upcharge, and so you could do $50. You could do $50 for like a prefix. Or they have an a la carte, but this stuff's cheap because you've already basically paid for all you can eat food.
Right. Okay, I see.
So like your steak might be $17, where it's like a
Okay.
$50 steak.
So there's an actual menu, and you're paying for what you order. It's just like prorated because you already paid for
Yeah,
the
correct.
rotational thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So it's not a set cost. It's not like, hey, we'll do Palo and it's going to cost us $100 more. It depends on what you order.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I got you. That makes sense to me.
Yeah, so like you had the ossobuco, I think.
Yeah, that's right. I had the
Richard Villalobos Patino.
the Richard Villalobos Humphrey. Yes,
It
exactly.
was $22.
Yeah, $22. You're not getting Villalobos.
No, not at a high end. That
But
would
then
be,
they do have the one
that'd
where
be
you
like
just pay
60.
and you get the appetizer and you get the.
Right.
I got
And
you.
I did. I had
got
the
you.
butternut squash and gelati.
And how much was that?
$12.
Yeah, $12. Yeah. So
Did
see
we
what
get
I'm.
the calamari too?
Yeah, we got the calamari. We ate like slobs that night.
Yeah, you got to do it. You see those prices, you're like, it's like $4 for calamari. You got to try it, right?
Hey, exactly right.
That's perfect.
Now the question is, if you wanted to game the system, if you did an early seating, could you go to your 5 o'clock seating and then just go? You go to Remy. They don't know.
Why would you want to do both?
Well, because then you could have two. Then you could have a cheap Palo meal.
Oh, I
Get the
guess.
Veal Ossobuco for $12, and you already had the prime rib downstairs 2 hours ago.
They must know though.
I don't know.
Because if you book the upgrade one, they're gonna take you off the rotational, wouldn't they?
No, they don't take you off because you're in that rotational. They're not seating two new people with us, with our group.
I see. I mean, I suppose you could. I don't think you're gaming anything. You're just gonna be very full for your upgraded meal.
Correct.
Which I don't know if that's the best way to go about it.
Probably not.
But I like where your head's at. I like.
Yes, you like that?
Yeah.
And then we did both have dessert as well.
Oh.
Which is rare for me.
And dessert was fantastic.
Dessert was fantastic.
Like,
yes, it
stupidly
was.
good.
It was. It was. Yeah, the place is it's amazing. The place is amazing. If there's any reason to get on a ship, it's to eat.
Well,
Their
of course.
food is so good. It's so good.
That's what I was talking about with Sarah, because she doesn't want to do a cruise. I said it'd be perfect if they just sat it at the dock and we could just hang out on the boat for a couple days.
Right.
But
Yeah.
I don't think that's.
I don't think they have many of those.
But that's
That'd
why
be
I think
fantastic.
like a Caribbean cruise might not be bad because you don't have that much time at sea.
Yeah.
Or even do the one where they do a castaway and turn around and come back. I think they have a 2-1
Maybe.
or even a 3-2.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a non-starter.
What did you have for dessert? The chocolate souffle?
I don't even
I
remember.
think you had the chocolate souffle and I had the amaretto souffle, which was
Okay.
Sounds
incredible.
And then after that, we
went to the bar.
went to the bar.
Hung out
We
with hippie guy. We went
yeah
back to the room and changed our clothes so we could get our luggage out.
yeah. And then we
Oh,
went
yeah.
down, and it was our last hurrah with hippie guy, and one of the couples that
From our table.
they knew that we went over there every night after dinner to hang out with hippie guy. They came down and had a drink with us.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's how much we liked our table. It was so cool.
It was.
Nice.
Yeah, the Boston crew who was exhausted the first night that we met them, they came down, had a cocktail.
Oh yeah, because
Introduced them to hippie
you
guy.
were
It was
worried
fantastic.
that they were kind of jerks at first. Right?
Yeah, I
They were
didn't think
so
that
tight.
they. Yeah, I mean, I didn't think that. Yeah, they were fantastic. Everybody at that table, that was so cool.
Oh, because we ordered our pictures that night too.
We had to
And when
order
we
our
went to do
pictures.
the pictures, I think the show
They did the
goodbye show was just kind of ending when we got down there. So we caught the end of that,
yeah,
did our pictures,
Yeah.
and then went to the bar.
and then we went to the bar, hung out with hippie guy,
And Dawn and Bill.
Dawn and Bill.
Yep.
Then what? We went to bed. We got up the next day, and what they do is they have a seating for breakfast. So they assign you to a restaurant, right?
Whatever restaurant you ate in the night before is the restaurant you have breakfast in. And so even
so
though we
they're
didn't
basically
have
just
dinner
trying to
there-
get as many people
right,
sitting down as possible to get off the ship.
right,
Gotcha.
because you have to be out of your room by a certain time.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So
Dude,
then,
'cause they
yeah,
turn that
so-
thing over so fast.
yeah, they really do. So yeah, we went down and had breakfast, and then they were announcing. Was that when they were announcing like times to get off the ship? Did we have numbers and like we had 20 minutes
I
to?
think so.
Yeah, it was something like that.
You had like a group or whatever,
Hmm.
and a specific time.
So then you get off because they put characters on your bag. So then when you get off, it's this huge terminal, and you basically have to go look for that group. So you might
Okay.
have like Mickey and Minnie, and Mickey and Minnie is over here. So now you have 180 bags in that area. So you have to go try to find your bags.
Gotcha.
Similar.
And it's crazy. Like even if you think you have a bag that doesn't look like anybody else's, they all
Still
look
hard
the
to
same.
find.
We
when
could
they're-
not. We could not find our bags. We probably should have used our Adventures by Disney. We
Right.
didn't learn how to
Right.
use that
Right.
until we got home. But we should have used our Adventures by Disney.
Oh, the thing
Wrap.
that wraps around it. 'Cause it's
Exactly,
like a
bright
distinct
orange.
color.
You can't
Yeah.
miss it. Exactly. So then we had one more night in Barcelona. So we booked a room.
We booked a room at a hotel that was recommended by the cruise line, and so they actually had a bus.
At a bus, and there was like, what would you say, 50 of us from the
Yeah,
cruise
at
that were staying
least.
at this hotel.
Oh, okay. So most people stayed at least one more night.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of people did just because of the flight times.
Right. Makes sense.
Yeah, so we got to the hotel. The room was not ready, and then we waited around in the lobby, and
Yeah,
I
they-
went and checked again, and they said the room was ready. So we went up to the
No.
room.
They
I'm s-
basically had like a big room where you like could put your luggage until the room was ready.
Oh, that's right.
And so we were kind of sitting around, and I was like, you know what? This is our last day in Europe. I don't want to just sit here waiting. So we went to
Yeah.
the mall across the street. And we walked around there for a while.
That is correct. We hit up the Dunkin' Donuts.
We did hit up the Dunkin'.
Oh, did you miss that?
We didn't miss it, but it was. We were tired and we wanted coffee, and we're like, well, we got to be able to get a consistent cup of coffee at Dunkin' Donuts, right?
Mhm.
Hell
Well,
no.
I don't know about Spain Dunkin' Donuts.
Nope.
They had like the big like espresso machine
Yeah.
in the back of
really?
the Dunkin'.
Could I get it with cream and sugar? Oh, it was one of the better cups of coffee, unfortunately, because the way that
It's super
Euros
strong.
drink coffee is it's tough.
Very different than we do.
It's tough.
Yeah.
So and she didn't speak any English either, did she?
No.
She didn't speak any.
None.
And this is like a big old American mall. They got all the garbage, the McDonald's, the Burger Quilts, KFC, Dunkin' Donuts,
Starbucks.
Starbucks, and she
Everything.
couldn't speak English. But tell them about the donut.
So we're looking in the case, and you're in a different country.
The
They
place
don't
is
have,
it's so
like,
different
all
from
the
your
normal
American Dunkin' Donuts.
donuts that you're used to when you go into one, on the corner in Warwick or down here. So I'm looking
Yeah.
at this donut, and they've got this donut. And it's spelled Cuqui, and I'm like, what's a cuqui? I'm like, what the heck is this? So I'm looking at it, but it has like a caramel drizzle kind of looking thing on it, and there's something in the middle of the donut hole. So I'm like, I think I'm going to try that. That looks pretty good. Mike's like, yeah, I'll have that too. So I'm like pointing, and she's like, oh, the cookie.
Oh,
It was
that's how
a
they spell
little
cook-
chocolate chip cookie in the
Inside the
donut
donut.
hole.
That's funny.
Yeah, but it was fantastic.
It was ridiculous.
Oh,
it's one
really?
of those like, why don't they have this
Right.
in Boston?
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
it was
true.
universal good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we walked in, we like wandered around the stores for a while. Mike was looking for a soccer jersey.
I wanted to get a Spain soccer jersey.
Real Madrid.
Just
FC
the Spain
Barcelona?
national.
Oh,
Just to
Spain.
spin. You know what? It was just so eye opening because you're in the mall and all they have is soccer stuff.
Yeah.
Like you go into the quote Foot Locker, and they don't have NFL jerseys. They don't have it's all they have soccer spikes. They have soccer balls. They have jerseys from all over and then you go like 10 stores down, there's another store with soccer stuff. It was just
funny.
the coolest thing. It's exactly what you would expect to see in like Spain or Italy. You know what I mean?
Did you get your jersey?
I couldn't get my jersey.
All they had was FC Barcelona.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't. They only had club teams. They didn't have this.
Yeah, they didn't have the national team.
Because I think, did we even see him? I don't even think we saw him in Madrid.
No, we didn't. So what did we do? We went back to the room.
Yep, we went back.
We were able to get in.
We went back and we were in line to get our room.
Yeah.
And there was a lady who had been on the cruise with us. And when we got back, instead of sitting around like we did, she and her son had gone and gotten one of those hop on, hop off bus tickets.
Oh,
and
okay.
she said they were done for the day, but the ticket was good for the rest of the day. So she gave us their tickets.
Yeah, so we got the tickets, but that's when we were in line to check in, and they said our room was ready.
Right.
So then we got our bags and brought them up to the room.
Oh, so that's like one of those things that just takes you all around, and you can just get off wherever you want. That's cool.
Yeah, so that's what we did because we checked in, and then we went down and we went to Barcelona Beach.
Well, I think we went to the club lounge and we got like some sodas or something before we did that.
Okay.
And then, we walked because the hotel was close to the beach. So we walked down the street and then we walked all the way down the beach pretty much to the stop where we could get the bus.
And then we jumped on the hop on, hop off for 2 or 3 hours and just drove along.
That was a while.
Around Barcelona.
Nice. So you get to kind of explore the city a little more.
Yeah, we didn't even get off. We sat at the top and took pictures and
that's cool.
Went back to La Sagrada Familia, took pictures over there and kind of saw the city, the entire city just on the bus.
But like we were on the top and so you had, like
it was all open. Yeah.
Bird's eye view then.
That's cool.
Yeah. And then we were trying to decide what we wanted to do because we were getting hungry. And the room that we had booked, because we had club level, they did like kind of like an hors d'oeuvre service.
Yeah.
So we decided we were just going to take a taxi back.
Yeah, we took a taxi back to our hotel. And then we sat up in the club level and I had a couple of those beers, whatever I forget what they were, but they were actually good. It was a Spanish beer. Do you remember what they were called?
Don't. I remember they were good though. But they did. They had like crudité. They had like potato croquettes. They had a bunch of stuff, and it was good.
Oh, nice.
Cheese boards and stuff. It was really, really good.
Enough to like satisfy you.
For dinner? Exactly. Yeah, it was really nice. The only problem is when they closed down that club level, they actually put like locks.
Oh, really?
Oh, it's called Australia. Have you ever heard of Australia?
I don't think so.
It's good beer. They actually sell it in Florida. So you could probably find, Bill Rossini said he's gotten it here. So you could probably get it in Rhode Island. It was really good. Now, you know me.
You're a simple guy.
I'm a Bud Light, and I can do the Mick Ultra.
Right.
A Bud Heavy or Mick or Miller Lite if you got it at your house, but
sure.
I'm not doing any type of
foreign beer.
Yeah,
you had quite a few of them.
Yeah, they were good. And then we went back over to the mall. We were trying to look for a place to eat.
Like a more substantial dinner.
Yeah.
And we couldn't find anything that we could agree on. So we ended up back in the hotel, and the hotel actually has a Michelin-starred restaurant.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But we didn't want to sit and have like a really heavy meal.
Yeah.
But the bar had bites, and so the bar was kind of integrated into the restaurant, so we sat in there. But it's a very interesting scenario, like I think we talked about earlier, the fact that they don't really care, like you don't tip.
Yeah.
And so you don't get the same kind of service.
Oh,
so like we sat down or like we walked in and they were like, oh, you want to
Yeah,
eat?
just you take a seat anywhere.
Yeah, it was like just
Like
a little,
walking into like a Dave's Bar and Grill. Oh yeah, you can sit anywhere. Like the bartender's yelling as he's cleaning glasses. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
and so I think we had like 2 or 3 different people who ended up like coming over and
Yeah.
like touching base with us, and like we had ordered a couple of different things. One of the orders didn't get put in. They had like given us 2 of like one thing. But like they never followed up to like see how the food was.
No,
They never
the
followed up to
service
see if
is
we needed
terrible.
anything else. The food was very good.
The food was excellent. It's just there's no service in Europe.
That's funny.
It's just
I guess it makes sense. Yeah.
it's just what they do. It's just how they do it. But
Like we're ready to leave, and like we're looking around.
you
and
can't
so, like,
pay because they're not trying to turn tables because they're not getting tips.
Right. That's
So
true.
you got to flag. The guy who's pouring water is like, can you please take my money?
I want to go.
Like
Yeah.
Mike was at the point where he was ready to walk out.
I was ready. I'm like looking around. Are there any cameras? Like, I don't not want to be detained in Barcelona though.
No,
That's-
probably not a good idea.
no, I don't want to be detained in Barcelona.
Just leave some euros on the table and
Yeah,
walk
it's just
out.
enough. Hey, I don't understand the currency. I thought I left enough.
But it was a really cool last day. And I think the only thing that was a little bit disappointing is that we didn't realize like all of the things that there were related due. So I think we could have planned to like just go eat at the beach.
Well, we could have partied with hippie guy because I friended his wife on Facebook, so
Oh,
he was
geez.
hitting me on Messenger. He's like, yeah. He goes, where you staying? I told him. He goes, I'm at this other place. He goes, they got this block party going on. And there's free alcohol. Can you get here? I'm like, God, I love you, Tim. You're the best friend I've ever met.
But now I want to go back to Barcelona.
Oh, there you go.
But I also want to go to 700 other places.
Yeah.
So
It's turning 50 changes you. It really does. You got a lot to look forward to in the next 8 or 9 years. You're shaking your head.
Gary,
Yeah.
I asked him today if he would consider going to Turkey, and he said yes.
On a
That
cruise.
is not something
On a
I
cruise.
ever expected to hear from
Let me
him.
explain something to you for everybody who's listening in. Living in Florida is fantastic because now I no longer have to do Disney trips. It's no longer, okay, Kristen, we're going to do Disney this year, and then we can go do your doofus trip the following year. And then we're back at Riviera the following year, and then we can go do Croatia the following year. No. I can go to Disney whenever I want,
Yeah.
which is why DVC is so fantastic because now we can just do any other vacation. We don't have to pay for flights to Orlando. We can drive up there. We stay for free at Riviera.
Now we're cooking, so we're saving.
And now
money
we're
on the
cooking.
food.
You're cooking
We're
all the
cooking.
time.
We've got the Angry Newfield Junior calculator. So this is a wash. This costs us nothing. So now we can put all of our money into like real travels.
Yeah, you basically are getting paid to go to Disney at this point.
Mhm. Actually making money. Exactly.
I need to see this calculator.
Look
Like,
how much we're saving for these trips. And we've saved so much we could go
Yes,
to Europe
exactly.
again.
Yes.
That's a lot like my dining plan savings. How we figured
Oh,
that
you
out.
worked hard on that one. You worked hard on that one.
Oh yeah, I saved $600. Okay, sure.
But I told her in the pool today that this was probably one of my best vacations.
You said it was the best.
I said it was the best. The first time I ever stayed at the Grand Floridian is right up there because that was so eye-opening, staying on property for the first time.
Yeah.
But this was, it was probably the best vacation just because of the camaraderie of doing the ABD and making so many friends.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, what was your expectation going in as to what this was going to be?
I was sweat. Remember, Gary, I was telling you, I was joking, like, I wonder if I can even get out of this.
Yeah.
And then, like, toward the end, like, it was like a week away. I'm like, I can't do anything. You're like, no, you got to get on the plane and go. Like, there's no turning back.
You were mostly worried about the plane, though. You weren't really worried about
it.
the
Was,
trip.
and I told Kristen the same thing. I watched a bunch of TV shows that I got into. You know, you have a lunch, you have a dinner, you close your eyes for 20 minutes. Next thing you know, you're only 2 hours out. It wasn't that bad. And I psyched myself out of it so much prior to it that I didn't want to go.
And I kept
Yeah.
telling you, I'm like, it's not that bad. You're going to be fine. And no, it's going to suck. It's going to suck. I'm like, well, if you have that attitude, it is going to suck.
Well, the problem is he hates 2-hour flights. So like, you
So
know,
he's
we're
not helping the
no, he's not helping. The
situation.
same reason why we're terrible with DVC is the same thing
Yeah.
with travel, because we both hate. Not that we're
'Cause you're
afraid to
two
fly.
peas in
It's
a
just
pod,
it
though,
takes
and
too
you're
long.
stubborn.
Yeah.
So
But
what would you say, like a 3?
going in, it was a 3. It was a 3. I was hoping for a 5. I was
Okay.
hoping to say, God, I just spent so much money on something that sucked. Yeah, I thought it was a 3. I was hoping for a 5.
Okay. And it was a 10?
It was a 10. Yeah,
Nice.
it was.
Now you don't even want to do like a Caribbean cruise. You're such a snob. It's like you
No,
only wanna
I know.
do
I
these,
told
like-
her I want to go to Europe. I want to go to Europe. I want to go back to Italy. I want to see the other side of Italy. I'm dying to do Ireland, dying to do England. I've banned France up until 6 months ago. Now I'm open to going to Paris. I want to do Euro Disney.
You want to do Scandinavia?
I want to do Scandinavia. I want to do Germany. I want to do the Christmas markets. I mean, you name it.
Portugal.
I am on board. Portugal, you name it.
This was a great thing for our marriage.
Yeah, well,
Well, that's good. I'm glad you guys liked it. You'll never catch me doing that. Europe.
don't say that.
Well, definitely not gonna be a cruise. I might end up in Europe at some point, but it won't be on a cruise. Especially not the DVC cruise. I'm not privy to those, so
Oh, you figured out how to finagle. You know
I don't
how
think
to
I
get
could-
around the system.
I don't think I can get around that one.
I think you can. And we can always take guests, so don't
that's
you
true.
worry. You just gotta
Alright.
you just gotta convince the wife.
It ain't happening.
It ain't happening. All right.
We can just take Gary as a guest.
I mean, I would do a cruise. I'd do like a little 3 days just to check it out. I want to just check out the food.
We could just take your Gina.
We just drug him,
And
get
you
him
give
on
it
a
to
plane, and once we're floating around Italy, all eating all that good food, he's gonna love that.
All right, we got to wrap this thing up, Michael.
All right. Would you like me to wrap it up right now, or did you want me to wait another?
Well, you could. It's your baby. You do whatever you want.
All right, you can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and YouTube at DVC Addicts. Email the show info@addictedtodvc.com and join our Facebook group, DVC Addicts. For my cousin Gary and co-hosts up in Rhode Island, Suzie down in sunny Sarasota, Florida. I'm Mike in sunny Southwest Florida. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Addicted to DVC podcast with Mike and Gary. We want to hear from you. Email us at info@addictedtodvc.com and follow us on all socials at DVC Addicts. We appreciate you being a part of our DVC community, and we'll see you again on our next episode. Thanks again for listening, and welcome home.